Right, continuing with section 7.1, take two more questions. I'll take my time with them. I'd like to look at this question here, which is page 88, question 5, looking at F&D type grade here. Let's go for that one and that one. No, that one. Alright, first question. No, let's just read it. Ian has to track emails and faxes over 1 week at the office. Well done, Ian. Get that little clock out of the way just to show what's going on there. There you go. And right, the graph shows a dual bar chart. That's good. Underline that so you can relearn what that is. That's a dual bar chart. For the number of emails and faxes received on 5 days a week, Monday to Friday working days. Copy and complete the table. Well, I'm not going to copy it, I'm just going to complete it with you. Numbers of faxes and emails received. Alright, here we go. So look at the key. The yellows are the emails. So this bar on Monday represents 23. That's 31. That's 26. That's 2 of 20, 18. And that's 1 less, 17. So just stick it straight in. These are emails. We got 23, 31, 26, 18 and 17, just to say there's nothing wrong with mutilating this in the exam paper. That's your exam question. It's given to you. Write the bars as you see in case there's a transfer error. If you're going from there to there and if you get to write the number in the correct box, you're in trouble. So now we're going to do the faxes. That's 18. Let's do it one at a time. We can't miss, can we? Tuesday is 15, so 15 there. Wednesday is 2 off that, which is 8. Thursday is 15 faxes, and Friday is going to be 5, 6, 7 faxes. Alright, so we've done that. Okay, now next part, what is the modal number of emails? Well, the mode is the most common number of emails is, what is the modal number of emails? The most common number of emails sent is 31. What is the modal number of faxes? Faxes, biggest bar is that one, 18. Calculate the range for the number of emails. Please note emails. So look at the yellow one. So the biggest number is going to be 31. Take away the least, which is 17. That's going to be, I don't know, 5. Grab a calculator. This is really embarrassing, but I'm really tired. So do it nice and quickly. Take away 17. Bam. 14. I was going to say that anyway. Alright, so the range is 14. On what day, which day had the least number of faxes? So faxes, that little blue one there. Least number is the smallest bar. That one, Friday. So you can write down Friday here and get a mark and be really happy. Alright, full marks for us, me included. Next bit, love this question, it's just really good. Work in yellow because it's really bright against the background. Right, some students are asked, this is question 8 on page 89, some students are asked to choose their favourite type of film. There's 4 types there represented in the bar, in the pie chart. Their choices are shown in the pie chart. A total of 135 students chose horror. Definitely worth underlining that. 135 horror. So we can highlight that, can't we? Now, this isn't a piece of information that's worth nothing. We've absolutely got to use it. So horror represents 135 students. That's not very clear. Let's go black on that one. Do it again. 135 students equals horror. Let's hope they recovered well. How many students chose thriller? Now, look, thrillers, difficult. We can't go to that straight away and use the 120 degrees. If we know the whole number of students that's expressed in the whole pie and represented by the whole pie, then we can work out 120 degrees worth of thriller students. So let's underline the thrillers and we'll do some maths now. Now I know 135 students comes to 90 degrees. Look, there it is there, and let me fill it in for you. That's 90 degrees, which is horror. Now that is a quarter of the pie. Therefore, the whole pie equals 4 lots of 135. Get my machine on that. 4 lots of 135. So really 540 students were surveyed, quite a lot. Now that doesn't answer part A just yet. How many were thrillers? Well, it's 120 degrees out of 360 degrees. It's this fraction of 540 students. Alright? Now you can see that most people know anyway that 120 degrees is in fact a third of the whole pie, because 120 goes into 360 3 times. So a third of 540, let me just cancel down to show that it's true. A third of 540 means 540 times 1, because it's 1 across the top there. There it is. And then just divide by 3. So 540 divided by 3 is 180. So 180 students liked the thrillers. So we've got that one. Now, it says here twice as many students chose comedy as romance. Great. How many students chose comedy? Don't know yet. I know I've got 135 in there. If I put in my other 540, if I put in my 180 students here, sorry, for the thriller, I'm building up the numbers. Is that alright? So I've got 180 who like thrillers. I've got 135 who like horror. Let's just do a total here. So I've got thriller plus horror. I've got 180 plus 135. That gives me 315 students. Alright? So far. So if I take my 540 students in total, then subtract those 315, I'll get the remainder who like the romance and the comedy. Alright? So, here you go. 540 take away the 315 who like the thrillers and the horror. So I now have 225 students left. Now, let's go back to the question. Twice as many students chose comedy as they chose romance. How many chose comedy? Well, let's look at it carefully. 2 lots chose comedy, 1 lot chose romance. Let's put black on that. So you've got a ratio like 1 to 2, if you want to do it that way. So in order to find out how many people like comedy, I can work out 1/3 of students by doing this, or the remaining students that is. So 225 divided by 3 will give me, so I'm like working on a unitary method, aren't I? 75. And so that's really the romance students, since they represent 1 part, and twice as many did comedy as they chose romance. So I'll take my 75 over here and I multiply that by 2, and I can safely say that 150 students chose comedy. Alright? And I think that's a really, really good question, quite complicated. C says carry out a similar survey in your school. Can, if you want to, draw a pie chart of the results and make some comparisons and invent your own questions, I suppose. I'm not going to do that here. You can do it yourself. I'll leave it to you. And I'm happy just to sign off right now. And